Dinner was wonderful. Thank you for cooking.
Yeah, of course. I'm glad you liked it.
But it was kind of nice staying busy in the kitchen, taking your mind off of everything that's happened.
Yeah, definitely.
It certainly has been a whirlwind, hasn't it? I mean, my head is still spinning. I've barely begun to absorb it all. It's like, what else could go wrong?
Everything will be fine.
It's Kelly's favorite blanket. What if she needs me or this in the middle of the night?
Then April's mom will call you, and you can come pick her up. You need a break, Steffi, after everything that you've been through.
I know, it's just been so crazy. I didn't want that stress around Kelly.
I mean, your brother had brain surgery. It's normal to be anxious, And Thomas, he's gonna be okay. He's recovering tremendously well. Or is there something else you want to talk about?
I was glad I was able to see Thomas for a little bit before the visiting hours were over.
I'm gonna feel better when he's out of the hospital.
When will he be discharged?
I know, I'm just gonna keep observing him for a while. I don't like the idea of him being alone in that room. I'm gonna go back.
Ridge. He's receiving excellent care. I know you didn't want to leave Thomas, but it'll feel good to take a hot shower and get some food into your system.
I'm fine.
You heard what the surgeon said. Thomas is well on the road to recovery. And doctor's orders are that you get some rest.
I can't imagine going to sleep right now.
Rich, you've been through a lot, too. The doctor all but ordered you to come home and take care of yourself. So let me help you do that.
Can't shake it. I almost lost my son.
It's all been so overwhelming.
Yeah, to say the least.
Do you want to talk about it? Decompress? Or we could not talk about it. I'm sure it's a lot for you to process, too.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Well, maybe we should watch a movie, just the two of us. Take advantage of the kids falling asleep before their bedtimes. Which, actually, speaking of, I should probably go check on Beth because my mommy senses are tingling, so I'll be right back.
Sure.
I know you're conflicted right now. So many lives would be destroyed. Liam, what happened between us? It was based on a huge misunderstanding. We will always cherish that moment. We will never forget it. But you cannot tell Hope. It would break her heart. There's nothing we can do about it.
You're right. We just gotta let it go. At least for tonight. Thomas, he's under careful supervision. He's resting comfortably. He knows we're all thinking about him. You're here if he needs you. I'm here if he needs me. I mean, the chief of neurology reached out personally saying he's going to check on him.
Thank you. I know my brother's in good hands.
And Kelly's having a blast at her sleepover.
Yeah, you're right.
Everything's under control. So what's really bothering you?
What?
I get the feeling that something more is going on. I just hope you could open up and talk to me about it.
If Thomas had been alone in his apartment when this happened, Son would be gone.
It's a good thing that Finn noticed something was wrong. We owe him a lot of gratitude.
Finn. Who knew, huh? He's a really good doctor. They're all great. Neurosurgeon, nurses, everyone. I just... taking care of my son.
Your son has a road ahead of him, Rich.
I know. But he's up for it. You know, he's good. He works hard, and he's gonna get there. And you know, when he does, he's gonna be better than he was.
I certainly hope so.
He's getting his memory back. It's good news. And I know it's gonna take a while, and I'm not gonna pressure him, you know?
Well, you need to do the same for yourself. You need to take a deep breath, and you need to just relax. Okay? Let the doctors take care of Thomas.
The doctors. Finn. He's really good at what he does. Huh.
Yeah, he really seems like a talented physician.
Yeah. He's had a big impact on my family. Especially Steffi.
I just want you to be able to talk to me, Stephanie. A lot has happened.
Yeah, more than you realize.
I mean, it was a lot for me, even. And it's my job to stay cool, no matter what's thrown my way. As prepared as I was, I even found myself a little shaky at times.
Well, you're only human.
We all are. I mean, we all do things that sometimes surprise even ourselves. I mean, look at you. You're the perfect example of that. You could have cracked under the pressure, but you stayed strong for your brother. No, and even Liam. I mean, he was no fan of Thomas, but he was the ideal husband, sticking by hope. It's complicated. I know there's a lot of gray areas. But just want to commend you on handling it all just so beautifully.
Yeah, I'm not so sure about that.
I am. I know who you are, Steffi. You are a loving sister, an amazing person. You are loyal as they come. You need to give yourself some credit.
I don't always deal with situations in the best way.
Well, I don't think you should change a thing, because in the end, it all worked out as it should.
My suspicions were right. Beth Spinky was clear across the room and Mr. Bun Bun was on the floor, but aside from that, both of the kids are completely conked out.
We got lucky. They're a pair of good sleepers.
Oh, we did. Knock wood. I think we're only a couple years away from Douglas staying up late playing video games.
We're a couple years away from Douglas asking to borrow the car.
No, don't you dare say that, sir. They're already growing up too fast as it is. You know, I think we did the right thing, not telling Douglas about Thomas being in the hospital, you know, until we had all of the information and knew what we were dealing with.
Yeah, but it seems like Thomas is out of the woods now.
He's improving, thank God. I still don't want it to frighten Douglas when we tell him, though. He's still scarred from losing his mom, and I don't even want him to think that it's a possibility that he could lose his father forever, too.
No, we'll make sure we do it the right way.
You always do things the right way. I'm serious, you do. I mean, you were amazing today. I know that couldn't have been easy for you, being there with Thomas. But, you know, as your wife, I needed you, I needed your support, and as usual, you came through for me.
I was sitting there at Thomas's bed, just willing him to wake up.
I wish I was there with you.
Nah. You were exactly where you're supposed to be. Taking care of Beth and Douglas and making sure the little boy didn't know what was happening to his father.
There was no reason to worry him. I mean, eventually he'll find out the horrific situation that his father had survived.
I can't lose another kid. Losing Phoebe. And I look at Douglas, he's already lost a parent. He can't lose another one, it'd just be too cruel.
Well, I'm sure everything is going to be okay.
Yeah.
We can't think about these bad things, Rich. We have to think about the positive things that can happen, like Thomas walking out of that hospital.
Yeah. I never want to set foot in that hospital ever again.
Oh, God. I don't blame you.
I was just there with Steffi, wasn't I? The whole motorcycle thing. I'm sitting there looking at Thomas. I know he's going to wake up, and if he does wake up, is he going to be a different person? Is he going to know who we are? Is he going to be able to function?
I certainly hope so.
He's just sitting there waiting. Just waiting for something to happen. Waiting for him to open his eyes, and then he does. He does. And I know he's gonna live another day.
I would never want to rush you into talking about something that you're not ready to, but I know there's more to the story, Steffi.
What do you mean?
The kiss. Hope told me that Thomas was kissing the mannequin at the height of his delusion.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that. I know.
What did you think I was talking about?
What you were saying, you're right. Thomas. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, the hematoma was putting pressure on his brain, and that can affect behavior, impulses, cognition, everything.
Yeah. Still so hard to imagine.
And I could tell that Thomas wasn't, acting like himself. I couldn't put a finger on it.
You trusted your instincts.
And I didn't want to cross any lines. At the time, Thomas, he wasn't my patient. And he was your brother. I wanted to be respectful, and given his history, I didn't want to frighten anyone unnecessarily.
Finn, you've been so helpful. My family appreciates you more than you'll ever know.
And Hope did tell me something else. She told me that Liam thought Thomas was kissing Hope.
I owe you a thank you
No, you don't. You don't need to. Why would you thank me?
for going above and beyond.
I didn't.
We both know how you feel about Thomas, and yet you stood there by me every step of the way.
Yeah, okay, but that's... See, no, I just needed to be there. That's all that was. That wasn't...
But that's what I'm saying. You're always there for me, Liam. This was terrifying for me. Thomas is Douglas's father, and the thought of him being in such bad shape that he could possibly die.
I get it. I probably won't ever trust Thomas again, but knowing what he's been going through, literally fighting for his life, I don't wish that on anyone, not even him.
See, that speaks to your character. Some people, they're just talk, but it's what you do that matters. And you showed up. And not just for me, Steffi too. That's why people respect and admire you, Liam. Because you are, and you always will be, a man of integrity.
I was shocked when I found out Thomas was kissing the mannequin.
Yeah, me too.
But I was even more shocked to learn that Liam was there and thought it was Hope.
I know.
Did you know that?
I know, I heard. But it was an honest mistake. I mean, the mannequin looks exactly like Hope.
I can only imagine how Liam reacted. I mean, that must have been one hell of a shock. I mean, just the thought of Hope being with Thomas, after everything in their past, Liam must have totally flipped out.
It was a huge misunderstanding. Liam realizes that now. We just have to focus on Thomas.
Liam must have lost it. Thinking that his wife cheated on him with his least favorite person on the planet? I mean, I'm surprised Liam didn't lash out in some sort of way.
Well, obviously Hope didn't do what he thought she did. It wasn't her.
I suppose you're right. I remember how much Liam overreacted when you and I started dating. I mean, he was concerned that I would compromise your medical care.
He was wrong about that.
I guess it's a good thing you didn't bust in and confront him that night. Who knows what would have happened? I guess all's well ends well. Hope says everything is fine between her and Liam. No damage to their marriage. No fallout from the mistaken kiss.
Hope, I'm a long way from perfect. I've made bigger mistakes in my life than most people have.
Okay, maybe so, but you always own up to them. And that takes a big person. Look, I don't fault you for your feelings. It can be difficult to let go of the hurtful things that people have done. I'm just thankful that you let me have some time with Thomas earlier, in spite of your resentment toward him. You could have been difficult about it, but you weren't. Liam, you were understanding, you were compassionate, and it's just once again proving what I'm saying, that you are a wonderful guy.
I really don't deserve all this praise. I really don't.
I'm your wife. What, I can't give you a compliment every now and then? Like, I'm grateful, Liam. I'm grateful that we straightened out that misunderstanding about Thomas and the mannequin. So I know how hard that must have been for you to see, but please, you do know, Liam, that I would never, ever betray you like that, right? I would never turn to Thomas, no matter what. Liam, you're my one and only guy. And I love you so much. I thank my lucky stars that I have you as a husband, that you're the father to my daughter. I love our little family. It's everything I ever wanted. I would never betray our vows. And I know you wouldn't either. I know you will always be loyal to me and our marriage.